about that. Step and pace off the mark. Short ball, try. Chance favours the brave. How good was that?
What a brilliant try.
Both sides have thrown everything at it in the last 80 minutes. Another great example of why we love the great game of rugby league.
Kia ora and welcome. Today we are bringing you action of round 3 of the Fox Memorial Championship, and we are live from Victoria Park in downtown Auckland. A pleasure to have you with us on what is a glorious day for rugby league here. And isn't it great to have local rugby league beaming out across the globe through ARL's YouTube channel. Cordale Tene, thanks very much for joining us on the program, and it's my great privilege to sit beside a man who's been a stalwart of our game, former Hibiscus Coast player, long time in the administration and management of our game, Nigel Rattray. It's good to be beside you today for our commentary. Nige, ngā mihi, how are you feeling about what we're witnessing here this afternoon?
Kia ora, Dale. First of all, mate, the debut on the mic here next to a legend yourself, mate, so great to be here. But, mate, we're at the home ground of Ponsonby, Victoria Park, so much history here, and the club's already, they're bounding already in the season already, with the Root Rooster already being held here, and it's up for grabs today, mate.
It's going to be an awesome game here. Quite obviously, Ponsonby are making a return to the Fox after many years of sitting in the Shaman Cup, but they've had some good results through the early part of 2025 and are thoroughly deserving of their opportunity to play in the big league. In saying that, there are many new faces that we'll be able to introduce to you this afternoon. And for Mount Albert, of course, likewise, there are some seasoned runners in their squad, the likes of Chaz Brown, the likes of Rory Ropati and others. But what we are witnessing here in round 3 of the Fox is the emergence of a whole lot of neat young talent. And, of course, being back here at the former home of the great City Newton teams of yesteryear is an absolute pleasure. Well, here's how the teams will line out. Trent Wallace is in control of Mount Albert for the very first time. In fact, both coaches are on debut as Fox coaches. When you run through the list here, you'll see some familiar names. Dion Fraser, Chaz Brown, Rory Ropati, as mentioned, but there's some really exciting runners. Corey Sita, for instance, coming off the bench, is hugely experienced. Navajo Doyle rings a bell as well. But keep an eye out, too, for the back row, Solomon Vasufalangi, Ponsonby, who's playing in jersey number 11. On the left-hand side of that image that you're seeing are the positions, but they'll be playing, many of them, a little out of sync as far as their jerseys are concerned. We'll do our best to keep you informed throughout the course of the afternoon. Well, that's the Mount Albert lineup. Here's the Ponsonby Ponies making their return to the Fox Memorial Championship. A lot of expectation here on Charles Gabriel, who'll be at 7, and how he combines with young Damon Abbey. But it's really the work of the front rowers that are going to set the platform if the ponies are going to upset this afternoon. Amaramo Solomona and Tavita Faiava, and at the back, Kingston Manley. Great to see, and interestingly as well, the Ponsonby Ponies have got some digs just across the road, not far from where the Māori Community Centre used to be. So they're very much at home here. They've been playing their football in the Shaman Cup here at Vic Park, but it's really wonderful that they're able to line up and have a look here as well. Well, Nigel was kind enough to get some thoughts from the coaches pre-game. Let's go and hear from both coaches before kick-off.
I'm with the captain of, the coach of Mount Albert. Are you player coach?
Yeah, I haven't been a captain for a while.
Yeah. So I'm with Trent Wallace, but it is your first time as senior coach.
Yeah. First year's head coach, assistant coach last year with John, which was, you don't get a much better experience than being under John Auckland. So had a little bit of an apprenticeship there, I guess. But first year in full reins now, which is, it's been fun, been good.
So you had a little hiccup, we'll call it, last week against Te Atatu, but now you've got something on the line. You got the Root Rooster.
Yeah, it was a bit of a, I think it's a bit of a wake-up call for the boys. We'd gone pretty well during the grading round 3 games, so that second half just wasn't really good enough. And now I think they know in Fox football you can't do that. But early in the season you get a second week, which is always fun, or always good. You've got, obviously with the Roop on the line, you don't have to do too much to get the boys G'd up for this one, which is, it's good.
Exactly. And have you got any new players coming into the lineup today, or?
Yeah, I don't know if he's a new player, but old Swapi's coming in off the bench for us today. We've got a couple of guys back from injury and things, but it'll be Swapi's first game of topside this year, and he's been absolutely ripping into the reserve grade. So yeah, been good.
All the best today, pal.
Awesome. Cheers, eh? Thanks.
I'm here with the coach of the Ponsonby Ponies, Siuali, and first home game of the season.
Yeah, first time game. Got a big support crew, obviously here in Victoria Park. Got a lot of history here, so we've got a lot of support, and to have it back at Victoria Park, it's a big occasion for us.
Absolutely, and even greater occasion, your first game you played Te Two Roosters, and you won the Root Rooster, and I understand you play for the Root Rooster when you've got a home game. So today, the Root Rooster's up for grab, but it's in your hold at the moment. What's your plan on keeping the Root?
Yeah, our first goal was to obviously make Fox. So the Root Rooster just was a bonus for us. But yeah, the Root Rooster, the people that don't know at home, you defend every home game. It's equivalent to the Ranfurly Shield in rugby. So it's always a tough to try to defend it at home. And it's going to be obviously a big game. Mount Albert's one of the top teams the last decade. They've got a few championships on.
Thanks very much for joining us here today. This is round 3 of the Fox, and it's coming at you live on the YouTube channel for Auckland Rugby League. We'll just take a break. We'll be back in a moment, and kickoff is just around the bend. Great to have you with us here as we celebrate the very best of local rugby league. Well, welcome. We are about to get underway here. What a glorious day here as we see the autumn leaves falling at Victoria Park. It's in its day, it used to be absolutely jam-packed with people. This was the heart of the rugby league community in years gone by. So as broadcasters and as lovers of the game, it really is fitting that we come all the way back here to Ponsonby and acknowledge the great names of yesteryear. And a warm welcome to those of you who have connections to these two proud clubs, both the Lions and the Ponsonby squad, Ponsonby United, the Ponsonby Ponies, as we know. And so it's going to be one heck of a game as the teams run out with the Roop as well and put that on the line. We also will be acknowledging the passing of one of the stalwarts of the City Newton Rugby League Club as well, when these two teams come together in a mark of respect. Nigel, you've no doubt watched plenty of good football here across the years, but a bit of a rarity, and certainly the first time the Fox has been played or covered here, broadcast for a very long time as these two teams come together and get their final instructions from the referee.
Well, mate, there's history here at Victoria Park. I mean, 1910, first test match here, New Zealand Māori versus Great Britain. And, you know, so this is steeped in history, and Ponsonby, the oldest league club in New Zealand. So what a great day. It's a beautiful day for grassroots football, isn't it?
Fantastic. And the Root Rooster, of course, that was first competed for back in 1915. Named after Dick Roop, who donated the trophy when he was the Auckland Rugby League chair. And for the first few decades of his existence, it was a knockout competition played after the championship was completed. But later, it moved to being a pre-season comp, and in 2006 it changed format when it became a trophy, which only changes hand when the holder of the trophy loses a match on their home ground. My apologies, we're in a moment's silence. This is acknowledging the passing this morning of John Atutolu, a City Newton coach of the 1970s. Thank you, everyone. And it is right that we recognise contributors to the game of rugby league here and across the world when they pass. Moi mai rai te rangatira John, haere atu rā ki o tātou tūpuna haere atu rā. John Atu Tolu, 1970 City Newton coach who passed away this morning. And we wish his whānau well and come to terms with their loss and share in their grief. Commiserations. E te whānau. All right, we're about to get underway here with round 3. Now, we come into this game now, but 1 win, 1 loss, third on the table. Ponsonby also 1-1, but sitting 6th on the table. It will be Mount Albert rolling from right to left on our coverage. As we look, there's Poalasea and jersey number 4. They've got plenty of flyers, they always do, Mount Albert. What they do have is a great breeding ground of rugby league talent. Good numbers in their junior framework. And, of course, Fowles Park is a buzz as we get underway. Thanks for joining us. Round 3 of the Fox Memorial Championship. That one's tapped back onto the inside, but it's gone into touch. Not quite the start that the ponies would have wanted, but I'm sure that they will recover. They'll have a little bit of pre-game jitters and nerves, no doubt, Nigel.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, great kick-off there. And, yeah, there's no wind as such out there, 20 degrees. Both teams are quite
Just
big,
wait
so,
for me.
you know, it's going to be telling out there. But, yeah, good stuff from
Thanks,
Mount
Lee.
Albert here.
We're mic'd up with our referee
Wait till it's
today.
cleared the hill,
There's
boys.
a great
When you're ready.
opportunity here for the Mount Albert squad. First carry in close to the line. Ponies need to be on their
Lock
game
in,
here on
hold.
D. As
Go,
you can
that's
see,
right.
there's
Don't be yelling at
plenty
me,
of
dummy half.
opportunities here. Up through the middle they
Up
come,
now,
Mount
nine.
Albert. Squaring up.
It's 2.
Number 9's Navajo Doyle. Pushing the ball across
Up to get 8.
the track. As you can see,
That's 3.
has had some play on it. Dummy
Up
half.
now. Hold. Go. That's 4.
That's Doyle. Cross out to the number 3, looking for a way through on the outside, Chaz Brown.
Finally got
Hold.
Plenty of
Fifth
experience
and
from
final,
Chaz Brown. Here's the
17.
5th and final. Really
we
important that
are.
Ponsonby
Go.
control themselves here. Make the tackle as the kick into the in-goal bounces kindly. And tapped into or across the dead ball line. So
Goal line drop out,
we
boys.
started with a goal line dropout, as you can hear the referee in the background. Good set for Mount Albert.
well, a great completed set there already. Good rubber kick, thread the needle, and, yeah, repeat set. So, great start.
That was Pussy Money who was chasing
Go
after
early,
the ball.
boys.
Lucky for Ponsonby, they were
When
able
you're
to
ready.
tap it back, but they survived that assault early and will be able to find their feet just a little better. Once again, Mount Albert with the ball carrying in.
Up.
20 metres out now from the try line. They'll work the short side as well, the Lions. That ball's gone to ground, so good defence. As it turns out, the ball comes into the hands of the Ponsonby squad through Michael Alina. He'll play it 10 out from his own line, 5 into the far side of the field here. It's important that the settlers do a good job. Conservative runs, not trying to do too much as they work away from their danger zone.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got a settler here, but he's got to come up with someone too. Hey, run in pairs. I mean, Mount went wide, and I think that was the right call, but unfortunately the winger dropped it, but the ponies are making it now.
Yeah, I'm with you too, Nigel. Nigel Rattray and with us, famous rugby league family, of course. They're still with the football here.
Rory. Up.
The ponies
Right side all the way.
ripping it forward now just towards the halfway line. Good carry as they push across the half or towards the halfway line. Short side run.
Outside.
Smart kick. Goes deep. At the back. Lions with it. Just the settler through the middle.
Lovely return there.
20.
Quick play the ball.
Johnny I2 is at the back today. Isaiah Falep. Winnie Tana down the left edge. There they come. The big number 21 has the football.
He's a big unit, isn't he?
Up to get it. Lock in. Hold.
Dummy half. Paolasa. Drop off on the inside here. Dion Fraser is doing the work with ball in hand and jersey number 7 today.
Up and lock in.
Yeah, nice tackle. Ponsonby slowing them down a little bit.
Doyle. Raffaele. Ropati. That's an offload here. Patalesio.
Oh, that's not a time to give away a penalty, is it?
Number 13, as you can hear, for a high shot. That's Kingston Manley's been singled out here.
Looks as though Mount Albert's going wide quite early already, so I think, they're always backing their wingers. But Ponsonby did well on that set, holding down, but give away a silly penalty, unfortunately.
All the way, boys. On the tap, guys.
So, set here now. Threatening with the football, the Lions. Content.
Up now, Dons. Lock in.
Just the direct run.
Go, that's one.
The big men are in there and are waiting. That's a lovely ball, and then out wide towards the line. Bundled into touch, though, it would seem, or yes, ball down, referee consults. Good try on the outside for the Mount Albert Lions to get things underway after 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that was lovely. A great face ball there to the winger, and as I said, they're getting it wide early. And as we see here, beautiful face ball, draws a man, and he touches down. Good winger's try. Fantastic.
That's Jeremiah Potu who has scored that try.
Well, we got the kicker getting it from the sideline. There's no wind out there. What are we talking, a 7-iron from here, do you think?
I don't know about a 7-iron. But wasn't it a good try? It was always looked threatening there in the right edge defence for the Ponies. Was struggling, certainly a big unit there, the 34-year-old who was in to score Potu.
Well, so far, Mount's jumped on 2 opportunities, so the Ponies just got to tighten it up. It's only early in the game.
Great view here.
Oh, beautiful day.
Gorgeous day for rugby league. It's out watching the Littles out at Mandarewa today. Got a couple of mokos running in the Mandarewa squad and Papakura. It's just gorgeous and really great to see all the rugby league families out and about on a day like today. Just as pleasant to be watching this action here at the famous Victoria Park. Scene of great games of rugby league over the years. From wide out. And that one will just swing away to the left-hand side. So 5 minutes in and a 4-0 lead here for the Mount Albert Lions. When you think about the Lions too, and let's sort of think back to the great players of yesteryear, Nige, I mean, they've almost been a production line of talent across many decades now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you had the 70s, the 80s with Mike McLennan. I was lucky enough to actually be the manager of the Barter Card, and they went through a great era there. So, but then you got the likes of Ropati here as captain. His cousin, Aidan, he's now gone over to the West Tigers. But, a lot of great young lads come through, and Ropati will lead well today.
Well, Aidan's always been a great contributor. Real smart footballer too. And a guy who's been very loyal to the Mount Albert Lions colours over the years and now getting an opportunity. So the Lions have the football here on the 20-metre line. Let's see what they might be able to dish out. The big boys come in for a bit of a look.
What a hit.
Strong from Pasene on defence. He's supported in there as well from Heitoni Talangi. Quick play the ball now. The big men start to wind up for the Lions once again. Easy to pick out the skipper, Lopati. Inside ball. Lovely number 8. Work here as well. Solid. It's Leah Raffaele. The big 9 ponies will have to be on their game. Defence here from Talangi. Here's the 5th and final tackle. And a bit of an issue here for the number 9. Navajo Doyle, and it's a crusher tackle.
It's a shame there. I mean, once again, we've Ponies given away a penalty, but there was some great defence there by the boys until we got to that stage, but especially the big boys too, and they're working from marker. Once again, Mount Albert in a good position in the Ponies half.
The kick to touch then. Again, putting some pressure on at the moment for the Ponsonby squad. Coached this year by Siwele Makawi, first-time Fox coach for the Ponies, but big ups to all of the supporters and sponsors who've come in to assist them. Good wins in the grading rounds too, over Bay Roskill, Howard, Northcote. Some prominent and experienced scalps. And there's the Lions who lose the ball about 15 metres out from the try line as we have another look.
Yep.
Mr. Sloppy play the ball, loose carry.
Loose carry there.
Captain's challenge. Nah, it's been denied.
Well, I was going to say, are we the bunker officially or what?
Yes, we are the bunker, and we can get it as wrong as every bunker.
Mate, I do remember a game being ref by Calvin Rambo, rest his soul. And he went upstairs, but it was just a Barter Cup game, and there was no upstairs in the bunker. But yeah.
So Ponsonby have the football. This is a nice run too, down the right edge. Here they come. Have to step back on the inside, and that's exactly what occurs here. But a good run for Timor Williams. He's silenced in the run by Paulasa. Quick play the ball. Here Ponsonby now. They're just setting themselves up as the 14 takes the run forward. Alina with the football. He'll play it back to Sang Yum. Gets it on to the big man. Good tackle across the top from Navajo Doyle, right in front of the posts.
9 on your line. 10.
Good opportunity here for the Ponies. They can see the try after 5 minutes. Gee, they'd like to get one back.
Gotta be on the line, mate. Can't pull up a metre short.
Great here so far by the Ponies. Can they convert this now into tries?
9. Here's Amar.
There's the line.
Anywhere in line with
Referee
that?
wants it to be absolutely accurate.
And you're ready.
The big number 20 on there at the moment. This is 17 on the roll for Ponsonby.
Up now, Rory. Lock in and hold. Go.
First receiver drop off on the inside. Lions. This time it's Tavita Tavalu. Sang Yum. The big number 8 is Solomona Ramon. Solomona offloads the football. Referee will say, come on back. Asima Doe goes in under the post, but the pass was popped late, and the referee had made his call early. So Ponies will have to back it up at the moment. First time really that the Lions have been on defence in the line. Here come the Ponies, straight and direct on the carry this time around for Tony Talangi. He's put away, 8 metres out from the try line. Still the Ponies in a section on the far side of the field, but the Lions reading the play nicely and driving the tackle player towards touch. In fact, pushing him across the touchline on the far side of the field.
Next, Corey, where are we?
Well, great defence there by Mount Albert and shutting the line. You've got to respect the line there.
So 2 markers, fellas.
Seeing number 20 on there for Ponsonby. Not listed, so we've tried to be as thorough in preparation here with the connections of the squad. Sometimes they have late jersey changes. Now Ponsonby have it once again. Here's a good chance for the home team here at Vic Park now. 20 metres out from the try line. Play the ball here for Sima Doe. Looking for runners, and it starts with Solomona. Good carry. Pops the pass back to Sang Yum, who does well. He's put away in the tackle of the Lions and coming up in defence. Rory Ropati was up too early. Chance for 2. I'm not thinking that they will go down that path though. Scoreline 4-0. Poti scored a try after 5 for the Lions. You're watching the ARL YouTube channel, beaming the local rugby league here from Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, New Zealand, across the globe. Here they come on the wind-up with the carry. It's Talangi once again. He's put away, 5 out from the line, right in front of the sticks though. Here's a good chance for Ponsonby to bounce back. Dummy half work for Toe. Holding it up too. Nice little ball out to Timor Williams. And Williams is swamped by the Lions defenders who put him away. 10 metres out from the try line. Angled carry this time for Tavalu. He's wrapped up once again. Ropati. Busy as a beaver on defence at the moment as Toe has a look. He pushes it out to the left-hand side, but the ball goes to ground. And a promising opportunity there for the Ponies is squandered. It will be a Lions feed. And despite spending a few minutes in the attacking zone, unable to come up with points.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously the opportunity. They had to get some points over the line. But, you know, 14 minutes into it, still time, obviously, and they're just trying to settle down. It's, Mount Albert, hard on D. I'll tell you one, Dale, absolutely fantastic crowd here. I'm just looking around, right around the whole field. Still people turning up. Fantastic.
Yeah, a bit of nostalgia as well. So the Lions have the ball on the right edge this time around, working at about 20 metres out from their own line. Their coach, Trent Wallace, was a crafty player and a very versatile player. He says what a privilege it was to work beside John Auckland, such an experienced hand with the coaching work. Now just trying to come and work their way solidly through the middle. Big number 8, Bramo Solomona, and it's a scrappy play the ball.
Yeah, he tried to speed it up, and unfortunately just a scrappy play the ball. Gives away on the half. It's, 3 weeks into it, and we got a firm track again. Winter sport, and hey, beautiful day out here.
Sure is. The worst is yet to come, though, you'd have to think.
Well, I mean,
weather-wise.
Victoria Park too, but so it's looking stunning at the moment. A little bit of hay out there, but apart from that.
Yes, of course, when the game first came to Auckland City, Newton was its own club, City was its own club, Ponsonby came into the frame soon after. But the Mount Albert Lions certainly have been a force to be reckoned with across many, many years, with tremendous success in all competitions. Oh, that's solid. Solid work too. Siapo Pasine issues a challenge. Slow to his feet this time. He's got to play the ball now. And they're lining up, looking for opportunities to cart it forward. Is Centurion Siopella. Lovely name. Big Siopella. Angling back in, putting the fend on as well. This is their standoff. Damon Abbey setting it up nicely, 15 metres out from the try line here for Ponsonby. Good chance for them once again. They won't want to squander this opportunity. Towards the line they go. It's Ropati across the top. And the Lions forced to muscle up here. 5 metres out from the try line now. Fifth and final tackle for the Ponies. There's the change of angle. There's the charge towards the post. But ultimately the ball has been wrestled loose. Over the top perhaps. Straight through the middle perhaps. I think that's try time. Try time for Manly. We're in the referee's hands there, Nigel.
I'm just trying to see what the... Has he called it a try? No. It's held up. I tell you what, a great run there, and then out of broken play, they just carried on, and Mount Albert managed to sort of get in there and hold the big fella up. But what a great run by the big fella.
It was sort of knocked on, picked up by Solomona. And then he was able to get it out to Siopella, but ultimately disregarded.
Just wait for my whistle.
On the 20 we go. It's the Lions with the football playing from the right to left. I guess you'd say here at Vic Park, from east to west. Wonderful to have you with us on the ARL YouTube and Facebook channels. Good carry this time. Solid work too. Fale has the ball on the 40-metre line. Lions with it. Wisely deciding to put it to toe.
Yeah, nice kick and good chase here by the boys. Going to put them under pressure in the red zone.
Ponies a little slow to get back. Covering up now. Well, certainly you have to think just due to the experience that Mount Albert came into the game as firm favourites. But for Ponsonby, they're hanging in, and that's what it's all about. They've weathered that initial storm, conceded an early try, but they've had a bit of the running and they've had a bit of possession as well, Nige.
Yeah, well, I think the Ponies, mate, are getting a feel for it, and it's just about to click there, but then unfortunately just a few little mistakes there. But she's definitely an arm wrestle.
So they'll be kicking towards the southern touchline here.
Well, it's coming straight for me.
Well, that's one of those coach killers, honestly.
And these are...
You've got to belt the ball. If you're kicking it, you've got to belt it across the sideline. That's an absolute... They'll have coaches tearing their hair out. It's only one to watch too out in the centres here for Ponsonby's Timor Williams. He's had a couple of good runs. We just saw him in frame a few moments ago.
Yeah, I mean, Ponsonby's really got to settle down. They've just got to take out these little niggly penalties they're giving away. Yeah. And Road Party, son of Tia Road Party, leading by example out there. A lot of experience under the belt.
Well, it's great. Some of these guys in their 30s, just look at Mount Albert, they've got a nice little mix of youth and experience from guys like Cardena, mid-20s, but you've also got 19-year-olds, Isaiah Farley, 18-year-old in the fullback, Johnny I2. So mixing it up, youth and experience is always a good model as we get a look at Trent Wallace.
Well, I was just about to say the great thing too is former players coming through. So you got Trent played for Mount Albert, and you got Paul Clark. He's the assistant coach, and he actually helped out with the Harold Matthews. So congrats to the Harold Mats boys getting the double.
Very much so. And kia ora to all of the Lions legends. I know they'll be at the club watching the game here this afternoon, those who couldn't make it to Vic Park. Just looking for try number 2 here at the moment as we see Mount Albert Lions poised 12 metres out from the try line. Short ball, cut out ball now. Opportunity. Oh, and what a lovely pass to finish off. Superb rugby league here from the Lions. And they score their second try in the left-hand corner.
Just always keeping alive on the support play there. The big fella takes it on, unloads, gets the hand free and unloads out wide. Beautiful.
Well, that was some great play as well. I think that's the fullback who came into the frame late, Johnny A2.
Just keeping alive on the shoulder. Here it goes. Pop the ball. Beautiful.
Well, we were just mentioning that he's still only 18. Born in 2006. How's that make you feel, Nigel Retro?
Well, I'll make you feel old, Dale.
It does.
Yeah, you commentated on me when I was playing at Carlisle Park for Ibiscus. There you go.
That's
back
going
in the,
back. Hey,
I
that's
know.
well in the 90s, that one. Yeah, I've been lucky enough to call a lot of rugby league. I'm still an apprentice, though. You know, when you listen to some of the top guns, I think, crikey, Dex, how do they make it all spin?
Well,
But it's been a privilege over the years calling sport and, of course, a code that Alfano grew up with and loved.
Well, mate, I get my debut to do it with you.
Oh,
fantastic.
beautiful,
That,
eh?
so.
He was a dirty player, can I tell you, those at home. Nigel Rattray,
No.
always ripping in there,
No.
threatening, gouging and headbutting.
Actually,
Just having a bit of fun.
no,
Nigel.
look, a funny story here, Dale. The only time I've only been sin-binned once, and it was versus Ponsonby. And I played the ball and came up and I pushed the guy and I gave him a little bit of a swing. Well, the guy came in with a number of punches, and should I say, that's the first time I met Jimmy Piel.
Oh, really?
What a time to do that. So my dad said, "What are you doing, boy?" But I must say, Dale, under 18s I was playing. I'm pretty sure Dale was older. That Jimmy was older than me. So
Nice to be remembering Jimmy Piel. And once again, this one sliding away to the left-hand side. Tries to Po2 and also to A2 here for an 8-0 lead for the Lions. Well, I grew up and Roger Bailey was our hero. I think he was the first to really utilise the cutout ball or the harbour bridge or rainbow pass, call it what you will. And so he was something of a hero. And big ups to the Bailey clan, such wonderful contributors. Also to Dwayne Mann, now CEO at Auckland Rugby League, and his old man Don. They were our heroes when we were kids. As that ball is delivered up now to the big unit, he comes surging forward. That's Po2. Hard to tackle. And one day as kids, we had a mini, those little minis of the 1970s. And we're on New North Road, and the car broke down and had a flat tyre. Roger Bailey was a mate of the old man's, and he's pulled up behind us, and we didn't have a jack. He's lifted the mini himself, and we thought he was Superman. But as it turns out, you can lift a mini at the back. The motors are in the front, of course, but we just thought Roger Bailey was like the hero. Big ups as well to the Lauter brothers, Brian Tracy, who I see at the ex-Kiwi Association dinners, and all the connections to the ponies. So fabulous to have them in the Fox again. So this kick's going to find touch. No, it won't. Ponsonby have the ball. Oh, they look forward to up and down. They come the Lions, quite rightly. The referee says, no, boys. We took that out of the game
They put him down
way back in the
well.
day.
They just got him into a dangerous position, but they put him down well.
He's got to make sure of the sideline kick here, get some good possession and just settle it down.
So, who's the most famous Hibiscus Coast Raider player?
Well, I mean, obviously Bluey McLennan being a player coach, but you had to go back to Reece Guy. The guy was a unit, and he was a solid beast. And then you got the likes of Ken Sterling being a foundation person to get the club going.
Yeah.
You can't get like a legend like Ken Sterling, can you?
And of course, the latest on the Fox desk as well.
Absolutely.
SJ's a proud Hibiscus Coast boy, isn't he? Sean Johnson, hasn't he slotted into his work easily? Hey, it's getting solid out there at the moment too. The number 11's having a rip-roaring time. I like it too. Pussy money. Ponsonby. That ball been stripped. 1-on-1. Referee makes his call. He'll call it back. You can hear him in the background.
Drag forward. Okay, you didn't get the ball back, so we couldn't play an advantage. So you scrummed down.
Great to have you with us here this afternoon. Images being beamed out live.
Okay.
With the old colleague,
This time off, boys.
Chopper Gerbis is our director today. Long-time commentator and lover of sport and life. Thank him for his crew as well. Bringing you the pictures across YouTube. There's a bit of a hold-up here, Nigel.
Well, you know, at the beginning of the game, we spoke about Ponsonby and the whole resurgence, and now they've got a new club rooms across the road, actually, just straight across the road. But a shout out to Mount Albert too for Teresa, their chairperson, and Mark McClay. Like, you go to Mount Albert Club, and that place is just a fantastic sort of icon of rugby league today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is great. The game is still very strong, and when the clubs like Ponsonby are coming back, getting new club rooms, winning the Roop, and Mount Albert, very proud too, and taking it forward. So, well done to all those grassroots clubs. They're putting time and effort into their clubs and helping the young kids come through.
See, a lot of these names in the Ponsonby team I've never heard of, Nigel, but we'll know plenty of them too come year's end. And while they're down 8-0 at the moment after with 14 to play here in the first half, they have threatened a couple of times, could very easily be 8-6 as we get the scrum feed in here.
As I said, they don't want to panic here.
Right.
Ponsonby with the football here, taken in by Damon Abbey. There's plenty of lifting and dumping going on at the moment as the referee very vocal. This is Lima Tafia. Solid run, good carry. Look at the wall of Lions defenders who put Tafia to ground.
Go, that's two.
Into the hands here of Talangi at the back, and it comes in solid too. That's Timor Williams.
Accidental offside, boys.
Accidental offside is the call here.
Accidental offside. You okay, Sri?
A lot of good games going on around the traps today too. We'll try and keep you informed if anything comes through. Watahu lining up against Papakura as well this afternoon. So wonderful to have you with us here, and to all of our viewers offshore. We just rugby league people, like all grades of rugby league, it's not just the top echelon they want. I know I'm interested in
Now the
footy that
ladies
happens.
too,
One more step, please.
It's an exciting year for women's rugby league, of course, with the introduction of the Warriors into the NRLW. Quality of football that we're witnessing there too, Nigel.
we're seeing the rugby ladies move over to the league. Seen the light.
Seen the light, yes.
Seen the light.
Seen the light. We know that one.
You're standing out with headgear like that, aren't you?
Benjamin Roach put away. Lions on the 40-metre line. Easy pickings here. It's Papandreou Abbott. It's put away. Doyle, dummy half. Right side play. Little dummy breaking through just for a moment is Benjamin Roach. Now he gets up to play the ball. The referee says, no, mate. Onus is on you to do it right. Don't be looking up at me suggesting it was your opponents that caused the kerfuffle. It was all on you.
Yeah, no, just a sloppy play of the ball.
Just the sloppy play the ball. Nigel Rattray with us today. You went on after your playing career and managed a lot of squads. That's a real important contribution to the success of teams, Nigel. Good managers can really help get to the goal.
Oh, mate, I got to say, like, just to, you know, keep being a part of a team is a big thing, you know, whether it be even a coach or a trainer. But, yeah, I was very lucky to manage under great coaches, and John Auckland and Bluey and Bernie Paranara, Graham Norton.
That's standout names as well.
Oh,
big ups to all four of you. If you're listening in, did you see that? What, I love that stuff. Oh, yeah. 15 metres out from the try line. Holy hell, it was like trying to stop a Kenworth truck. Ponsonby with the ball 10 metres out from the try line. This is the chance that they have been waiting for. Dummy half work for Simato. Left or right, he decides to go left. Holds it up nicely. Then the little dummy, straightened run to the line. The referee was having a decent look there. I think he's going to give the try. And the big man stands up. Successful. As I say, a lot of these guys are new to me. I've got my finger pointing at him, just waiting for him to turn his jersey. We'll get another look. What a great try here for Ponsonby. That's exactly the answer that was needed. Look at this one. Just absolutely dispatching. I think it was Roach. That was Simato.
well, big man on small man's always going to be hard. And he just changes the direction here. Comes in. Gets his body over the line. So first points for Ponsonby.
Ramo Salamona, I think it was, who was in to score. 10 minutes to play. And the Ponsonby ponies are hanging tough here with the Lions. Solomona, famous rugby league family, of course.
Oh, very much so.
It's on the 30-minute mark. 8-4, kick to come.
Just a pitching wedge from here, mate.
Golf terminology filtering into our rugby league commentary this afternoon.
I can't play the game.
I tell you can. And whom we're very proud of is Ryan Fox. Good luck to him.
Oh, absolutely.
He's absolutely rocking it. That's converted. So Ponsonby very much in this one here today. Thanks to our crew from beyond the dugout who are helping to stream us across the world. There's a number of sponsors for Auckland Rugby League. Your support is very much appreciated. Right, game is in a healthy state as far as playing numbers are concerned. There's the restart. Navajo Doyle gets us underway here as he sends it deep and west. Ponsonby with it straight up the middle and off the back fence. Solid carry. 20 metres right in front of us. That's number 22, Lima Tafea.
I've got to say, though, with these big lads, there's still plenty of petrol in the tank here, and look, they're going strong. Everyone's working fast. Mount Everest's been trying to slow them down.
Yeah, Siweli, the coach of Ponsonby, will be pretty pleased with what he's witnessing here. Siweli the coach.
Absolutely, they made some early mistakes early in the first 10 minutes, but now they're settling in and they're over the line. 2-point ball game.
40 metres out from the try line. Here's the kick. And it's deep. But almost a little mix-up at the back here for the Lions. As it turns out, though, the referee says all the chasers were in front. Not to his liking, so a penalty here, 20 metres out from their own line, the Lions. Chance to kick across here to the commentary side. And, of course, looking across at the far side as well. Let's get another little replay. You remember the old grandstand?
Were they in the 10, sir? Were they in the 10 as well? Yeah. Only by a metre.
Charles Gabriel in jersey number 20 has been pretty involved here today. That's the try that was scored here by Solomona. And just a little bit of a hold-up. Some running repairs here for Tai Sung Yum. Checking the neck, Tice was picked up and unceremonious.
Have it too, so just in case they try a little chip. Here's a big fella coming in for a big run here. Once again, they're just going by themselves. Probably wants a support runner with them. Once again, a Messi play the ball.
That's Davida Tavalu. There's lots to like about his game, but really the discipline here and the unforced errors are really starting to take their toll for both teams, because when opportunities surface, little mistakes, poor play of the balls, poor carries, really stymieing their opportunity to get some rhythm into their game and to get some dominance. Field possession as well. Fairly even Stevens at the moment. But both squads have been guilty of making unforced errors.
Yeah, they're just trying to... They're too eager to get there. They've just got to play the ball. They're making the little mistakes at the ruck area.
Young Fraser, who feeds the ball as they work it on the far side of the field here now. The Lions throwing himself into his defensive work as the centre Elena. And another poor play the ball, little knock on. This time it's Chaz Brown.
Yeah, I think both coaches are going to have a lot to say to their team around the ruck area. The Ponsonby's feed here, and 6-8, 2 points in it. We're in the dying minute and a half.
Pretty solid showing from the home team, really. Nigel Rattray.
It is, mate. I don't know. Would you try something different here with a minute?
Well, you would.
Well, I know.
Bluey would have.
Bluey will do a little chip kick.
Of course he would. Chip it
out
pronto. And they are out wide. Good deep. He's been very impressive. Timor Williams, the centre for Ponsonby.
Yeah, he's been well involved.
42 out from the try line, 10 in from the broadcast touch line.
Ponsonby getting a bit flat now, though, as the flattest I've seen them. They've got a little bit of depth.
Spinning to his feet is Talangi. That's the way to run. That was solid, purposeful. Siapo Pasine on the boil. That'll look good on the replay too. That was full of intent, full of venom. The big guys decide it's my turn as Tony Salingi gets hold of the football and charges forward with it. He too's a big unit. What they aren't lacking is size, that's for sure, Ponsonby. Here comes Talangi this time. And 3 Lions defenders wrap him up. The ball's been lost. The Lions have possession through Ethan Jardine. No more. Little dummy. Looking for Ponsonby, upstairs work from Gabriel making the tackle. Totuk in the middle there for Tavalu. Low scoring first half here at Fowles Park today. Round 3 of the Fox. Sure, we would have expected perhaps more tries to be run in as Chaz Brown gets the ball on the far side of the field, manages to pop the pass. Big number 8 comes in, Solomona.
We've got it. Oh, he had a bit of width on there. I thought he was going to go all the way to the winger.
Ponsonby would be wanting to just hang in here till the hooter comes on the first half. This is the final tackle for the Lions. Onto the boot as the hooter sounds in the background for Wanitana Patalesio. And the referee will call that first half quits. And we have a scoreline of 8-6 here at Victoria Park. You're watching the ARL YouTube channel, beaming local rugby league from Auckland, New Zealand across the globe. And at half-time here in this round 3 action from Victoria Park, it's the Mount Albert Lions who lead the Ponsonby Ponies by 8-6. Kia ora noi te whānau, good to have you with us. Well, it's only 8-6 here, Lions Ponies. So we're in for a very intriguing second half. We'll be having some replays of the action from the first half, but I thought for you watching in from home or wherever you are, it might be a nice chance for us to have a chat with the CEO of Auckland Rugby League, Dwayne Mann. Hey Dwayne, tēnā koe, it's good to have a kōrero. There's a lot going on in the game, Dwayne.
Yeah, tēnā koe, Dale, and thanks for your time and service and expertise to commentate today. Much appreciated. Glorious day in Tamaki Makaurau, and great to see Ponsonby staying in there with the mighty Mount Albert Lions.
Very much so. Exciting period. Dwayne, you've done the numbers. I mean, I was out at Mandarewa today. The fields were chock-a-block full of kids playing, and most encouragingly, parents who were supporting the kids in the ways that we would hope, mate. It feels as though there's a lot of interest being generated at the moment for the game of rugby league. What's happening from your end as CEO of Auckland League?
Oh, look, our team are working really hard through quite a tough period of change since the back end of last season. Nonetheless, the participation numbers continue to grow. We've had a 10% rise almost up on last year, so over 12,000 registered players now across our 30 clubs across Tamaki Makaurau. And off the back also of the Warriors and the mighty form they're in, and when the Warriors do well, rugby league across the country is doing well. New Zealand Rugby League are doing a number of good things continuing in the secondary school space. So yeah, together the three organisations along with other stakeholders looking to keep growing the numbers of rugby league.
Thanks, Dwayne. And for those of you watching in, there was some great tries scored, not many of them. One to Potu, you've already watched after 5 minutes. A2, the fullback chiming in nicely halfway through that first half action. And then this is the lovely carry, and I might have got the name wrong, Centurion Siupela, who was the try scorer for the Ponsonby squad. I had him in as Solomona, so it was actually Centurion. Lovely name, eh, Dwayne?
If I had babies again, Centurion's on top of the list.
Good on you, mate. Hey, listen, the NRLW women are coming back in to the NRLW Warriors. What's it meant? Because I'm led to believe the growth area for our code is with young wahine playing the game. What's the story there, Dwayne?
The girls and women space is rapidly growing, both in rugby union and rugby league, and great, real neat at the high performance elite end. We get to see these players play both codes. Michaela Blyde, looking forward to seeing her in the Warriors in our NRLW jersey. At good grassroots game, we had a 20% increase in growth in the women's game, and we're looking to elevate that through the Premiership grade, Steel Shanks, and the Championships grade. So looking forward for the rest of the year to hopefully get some of the games broadcast again with Beyond the Dugout and on our Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's good to see as well. I know that we have to be cautious. Whilst we all want growth constantly, it's about marking time as well until everything is set for a push to get more teams to develop the game even further. We're just watching the highlights of the first half. Dwayne, for those of you at home, 8-6 scoreline. That was a lovely try just previously there by John A2. Certainly a man to watch, and it's a repeat as well there from our try scorer, Siopela. You're the CEO there. You've been there for, you were interim CEO for, I guess, half a year, and now in the big gig, Dwayne. I was trying to think as I was driving to Vic Park this morning what Warrior number you are, because you must be one of the single-digit guys too, Dwayne, were you?
Was Warrior number 9.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There he is, single-digit guy. So, step him in. It was Bell first, 1.
Yeah, Dean Bell is Warrior number 1, and is our leader, and the guy that really was the player that needed to come back to lead the Warriors in that not only inaugural year, but remains our number 1 man for the Warriors.
Yeah, your old man played for Ponsonby during the heady days of the 1970s. It's really great to see them again out in the Fox Championship, and also being as competitive as they are this afternoon, Dwayne.
Yeah, it's rose-tinted glasses always for me when I think about Ponsonby Ponies United, as when my father played, and walking around the sideline before kick-off, I bumped into Dave Wong, of course, his granddaughter, Tyler Nathan Wong, or married now. But, so to see Dave and, Tony Best and a number of other Ponsonby old boys out here, really heartwarming.
Great to have a yarn with you two at half-time. Thanks very much. Dwayne Mann, CEO, Auckland Rugby League. We're about to get underway here, Homa. And for those of you not so familiar with Te Reo Māori, it means, my friends, It's about to get underway with the second half. So, 8-6, anyone's game. Nigel Rattray is back into the mix as the ball is taken deep here for the Lions. And they'll run it out here to the 20, make it 30. This is a good return from the kickoff. And I'm going to sign for the home team, Ponsonby United. Lions to the right-hand side, coming in for some big defence. This is 22, Tafia on the halfway line. Lions making good inroads this time to 8-2. 45 in centre field here for the Mount Albert squad. Little darting run out of dummy half, shunting play.
Just a update on a couple of games around the Mutu. Otahu 12, Papakura 6.
Yep.
And Richmond Bay Roskill, they're at a draw.
Okay, thanks very much. We'll continue to update as best we can through the course of the action. And here's a bit of a pickup. Not a knock on, he won't have the speed to go all the way. This is Damon Abbey. The Lions come back and cut him down on the halfway line. Sliding in is Max Reichelman. Familiar name, surname here for the Ponsonby Ponies. Can't get through the centre. And the Lions defenders weren't standing straight, so a great opportunity here for Ponsonby.
Absolutely. Once again, just taking the opportunity now. You've just got to settle it in, though. Not try anything stupid.
Damon Abbey put away there. And you'll just see not standing straight on. Abbey kicking to the touchline, not far from our broadcast position. Really good game today. Referee with the whistles. You see the flyover as well in the background. It's a gorgeous venue for rugby league. This time the surging runners from Tony Salingi. Dummy half work and punching it across to the right-hand side. Looking for an opportunity.
It's the first time they've gone wide for a while, and now they've got a little bit of width on the left-hand side here. They're going to spin it wide.
Tavita Faiva is in the mix in 21. The little carry this time around for Michael Ina. He's only 5 metres out from the try line. Good opportunity as Abbey gets in, punches the ball out. Line is open, but the Lions as well are there and strong and standing up.
Thank you.
To the right-hand side. Lovely ball to the line. Oh, and a bombed try. For a moment there, I thought that Timor Williams had it open for him, but he tried to push the pass out to the right. We'll get another look at it. But you've got to think, Nigel, one we're begging here.
As well, mate. Thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, the little pop pass was on there.
Scrum down, yellow feet.
He left it a little bit too late. You know, Mount Albert's just managing to hold down the
Was that
ponies
the last,
a bit
Lee? Was
more
that
in
last?
the tackle and just slowly play the ball down.
It's going to be a turnover.
Well, I think it was Pussy Money who came out and dislodged that football. At first, it felt like Timor Williams would have been able to just roll himself out of that two-man tackle and get the ball to ground. But obviously he felt that wasn't on. And I think it was because he come under so much pressure from Pussy Money. Lions with the ball, no change to the scoreline since the half-time break.
Up you get! Whoa!
15 metres out from the try line.
No, that's two.
Yeah, it's good to have rugby league here again. If you've just joined in, this is round 3 of the Fox Memorial Championship. So Premier League competition in Auckland and indeed New Zealand.
So the second half here, Dale, the ponies are going into the sun. So you can see Mount Albert probably putting up some high ball in the second half.
Boys, grow up, please.
So the Lions have the ball here.
Here we are. Hold. Right side.
Great to see Ponsonby too. The club room's just across the road as the kick is downtown and bouncing beautifully into touch. That is a good touch finding. In fact, was it a 40-20? We'll have to think about that one for a moment too, Nige.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Look, I know it's early in the second half, but already both teams walking a little bit, so it's quite hot out there now.
This is all fully controlled. Hold your mark there, mate. I'll take you back. Then I'll let you know when we're good to go.
It's underway, and it's the Lions who have the ball again.
Up now, 12!
Great chance for them here, the Lions.
That's one.
Doyle. Cut out ball, looking for the big man on the far side. That's good, and the finish is solid as well. That was always on the cards too. Ponsonby is in to score, try number 3 for the Lions. And after that wonderful kick into touch, giving them possession once again, 20 out on the first play. The big prop forward, well, playing at prop today, and to score on the far side. Nice little offload, hit the spin as well. Leon Fraser popping it through to Ponsonby. He's in the score on the far side. Taking the score out. 12-6, kick to come.
Yeah, a big, strong player here. Just spins off, keeps his body going. He's got 3 on him. And he still gets over the try line.
Well, we've got a chance there. And Nigel Rattray, you've been involved with so many teams over the years. Just because a couple of guys who you think have been impressing you through the course of the game. A lot of new faces, not just for us, but for those watching in at home as well.
Well, as you said, Williams is, I think he's got ball to hand quite a few times and looked quite dangerous here. Even the ponies, the whole front row is they look more like Clydesdale horses, like they're workhorses. Those boys. But Mount Albert with their halves just working, spreading it a bit wider. Got some half-time updates here from Tiaratu 14 versus Point Chev 22 and Marish 6 versus Manukau 12.
Yeah, great. A little bit like the ponies here, Manukau, finding their way into the Fox. They certainly have been building over the last couple of years. Big ups to the supporters here for Auckland Rugby League, including Hayden and Rollitt. Great to see. Dynasty, of course, and beyond the dugout, and in particular to Chopper Gerbis as well and his team. Adrian on the buttons as well, our camera operators.
Make sure we stay on 5.
Like it's not freezing cold and pouring with rain. That's what Chopper would be saying, I know that.
So what do you think was said at halftime, Dale?
Oh, look, I think that for Ponsonby, hey, fellas, you really handled that first half well. So continue with your confident approach to the football. And possession's what it's all about. But it's the unforced errors that really were the plague of both squads in the first 49.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I said. We've got to take out those errors. And then I've just done, I can first time say I've done the commentator's curse right there.
That's it. Mate, you're in the club here. High five. Nigel Rattray joined it. The old commentator's curse, eh?
It took me the second half.
Never fails. Never fails, that one.
Yeah. You knew it was coming, Chopper.
Just in front of me, fellas.
Of course, everyone's excited too. The form the Warriors are carrying and potential for another victory here today.
Oh, up the wires.
Thank you.
It's great. Just rugby league itself. I can say, my partner's young kids and all that. Just all teenagers these days. They're all going to the league. They're going to watch the Warriors. The game's in a good place.
Yeah, it really is. With an interesting thought that the reason they haven't lost is because they didn't want to face up to James Fisher-Harris.
Well, would you?
No, not really. He's back today, should be exciting. Of course, the game not too far away. Here's Ponsonby. Gee, they would really put a great boost to the chances of success here this afternoon with another try as they come through the middle, popping the pass out the back door, and it's 5 metres out from the line. This is where they want to be. Ponsonby. Hit and spin.
I mean, the big fella run on the last one and he happened to unload. I think they've got to run in twos. They're going wide as they should.
Opportunity on the far side of the field. Back it comes to Williams. And here's the fifth and final tackle. Dummy half works for Charles Gabriel. In the mix, Faivar. He's not used this time. Instead, it goes to Abbey. And now there's a turnover of possession.
I'd be a bit disappointed with that kick there. You would have wanted to finish the set within the end goal.
Yeah, I would have thought so as well. Lions in possession.
No! Hold. No, that's
Fowles Park, home of the Lions.
Release.
Vic Park, home of the Ponsonby Ponies.
Play on,
Nice
still
little
3.
ball out the back here as the Lions keep it alive, thinking or tempting. Perhaps feigning to kick might be a better way to describe it.
Here we are. Keep coming.
Just short of the halfway line, 12-6 scoreline, half an hour to play here in round 3. Fox Memorial Championship.
Fifth and final. 9.
Downtown Auckland on the 5th and final.
9. You're not a marker. 9. 9. No advantage.
Play on, says the referee. Poor pass.
No advantage.
Back on the inside. And here's A2 with the grubber kick of the chase, and it's A2. John, the youngster, is in to score. The referee was saying playing advantage, going on and on. We'll get another look at it too. But hey, you've got to love seeing young people with the confidence coming into a team with plenty of experience. And it's A2 here.
But what
comes
do we
up with the magic?
What do we always say, Dale? Look, just keep playing to the whistle, like knockback. They're taking opportunities here, break and play. First tackle, but he's seen that no one's there. He's backed himself, and he's got the points for it.
Well, there you go, Nigel.
Right under the post.
It was hardly a kick. He almost just sort of dropped it onto his foot and was able to give the right pace for it to set up in the end goal for him. So A2's in for his second here.
It's a great chance. This is a time now Ponsonby's really got to sort of tighten up on the D there. I noticed getting a little bit slower now.
Yes.
They've got to get the hydration unit out there. I don't know, maybe a bit of pickle juice. Is that the trick these days?
No, I don't even know the term. I hear everybody using it. What's in the pickle? I like pickles,
Yeah, I know.
but I don't. You know, what do they say? The unknown.
I mean, what happened to Gatorade? And now it's pickle juice.
Okay.
What is it? And dragon's blood? All these things that come up. Anyway,
the old pickle juice. Just squirt a bit of water on it. It'll be right. I must say, watching the kids' games earlier this morning, parents and connections to teams, they do halt play. Never quite know. Kids don't know if they've broken something. They're always concerned. Little pop ball back on the inside was nicely delivered there by Thompson Cardina from Mount Albert. Was A2 and for try number 2.
you know, it's such a great game we got here, Dale, and it does have to be a big shout out to all the refs and linesmen out there with the junior kids and getting out there, you know. Well done, refs.
Never heard it from you in your playing days, Nigel. Turn it up. What's happened, mate?
Sorry, that's one.
I always called them sir. But now you got ladies refs, so you can't call them sir.
No, thank you, ref.
Just boss.
21, keep coming, that's 2.
Thank you. Here come the Lions, as you've touched on too. It does just feel that they've come back a step at the moment. Ponsonby will see if they can just lift themselves, because at the moment possession favouring the Lions, and they're playing with the confidence that they have earned.
I think this is a crucial period now for Ponsonby. They really need to step up the defence here and take out the errors out of their game. So, now, but this is an opportunity they can really pounce forward.
Well, they certainly want to be the next try scorers, undoubtedly. Ponsonby Ponies. Kick to the far side of the field.
Here we are, boys.
I always think about the Māori Community Centre was on the corner there of Fanshawe Street. And all the wonderful characters, including rugby league people, who used to frequent that proud venue. The Lions with the ball. Big ups to anyone who's watching today who remembers the Māori Community Centre of yesteryear. Here come the Lions. Confidence sky high as Chaz Brown angles back into the middle. Spins and goes to ground. 20 metres out from the try line. Doyle, dummy half, poor play the ball. Yes, it was. And Ponsonby will get the ball. Well, they need to do something with it here, Nigel.
They do, mate. And as I said, they've got to settle down. The big boys have got to run in pairs and then get it wide and a nice complete kick.
Well, it's not enough for them just to trudge through the middle. They need to be creative here in their halves. Damon Abbey, Charles Gabriel just need to ask a few more questions here of the Lions' defence. Fairly predictable at the moment. The shape that they are throwing at the Fells Park-based boys.
Got to say, I do remember City Newton Club under the fly over there, and I don't think I ever saw the lights go out at that place. And
now we're telling tales. No, I know what you say. I spent a bit of time there as well. Mum and Dad used to like the clientele of the City Newton Club, the knockabouts and wharfies and
Shane Varley.
Oh, and many other good characters. Yeah, we sort of miss it now, but those who have rugby league running through their veins will no doubt remember the tin shed. And of course the stands, which are now part of the Grafton United Cricket Club here based at Vic Park. Abby feeds the scrum. Ponies have the football. I just want to create something here, and that's a good carry for the first time. That first
17!
set.
Good yards made by them.
33 metres out from their own line. Ponies with the ball.
See, that's a bit of vengeance in the run there.
15!
Yeah, that had some attitude too. They need to really just lift themselves up, play dominant rugby league. Simato has the football. Shut down by the try scorer too, and Pussy Money.
Yeah, sort of, there's a lot of errors creeped into the game. But I don't know if it's just three weeks into it, but it's sort of ruining it for both sides here. They've really got to take this out of the game.
Simato was a bit dark there on Leo Lafayette. Referee was right on top of it though, so both players sensible. Well, round 3 here today was the Bulldogs Vikings. Murray Halberg Parks, the Saints and the Magpies.
15!
We're here at Vic Park for Ponsonby United Lions. The Sea Eagles and Leopards out in Papakura. The Roosters and the Pirates today out at the home ground of the West Auckland-based Tatatu Roosters. This time, getting themselves in a good field position and trying to work their way forward. Dummy half work here for Simato. Slow to his feet this time around, Tavalu. He eventually delivers the play the ball. Here come the Ponies. What have they got in store for us? No way through for the try scorer, Siobella. Right in front of the post, Ponies. Need to score next. Really to create something of it. Charles Gabriel grubbers the ball into the end goal. Can they keep the fullback in there? That ball's gone down. And it will be Ponsonby who'll get a chance again.
Goal line dropout.
Goal line dropout. It's a lovely little piece of work here from Gabriel.
Oh, yeah. That was nice work there, just to finish it on the end goal. He put the nice grubber through, thread the needle. The winger was a bit lucky there. He didn't quite chase up, but luckily Mount Albert lost it in the end goal. So Ponsonby get a good opportunity here. As I said, they're looking into the sun.
On
18
or
to 6.
behind the line, please. Hold, boys.
4 tries to 1. Just the one conversion, I think. Nice little wind up here.
Up!
Putting himself into the frame.
Hold!
Settling for Ponsonby here down the right side. There's an opportunity as the big number 8, Solomona, gets hold of the football. He's only 10 out from the try line now. Great chance for Ponsonby if they can keep their heads and make sure not to knock on. And Sang Yum comes in with the football, finding Elena on the far side.
17,
Still 12 out from the try line. The Lions have been here, done that. Plenty of success in all competitions.
You see Mount Albert doing a good job holding them down, sort of slowing it down a bit. But once we got to try and speed up that play the ball.
Fifth and final, 10.
Hamid tough here, getting himself in the mix. Here is the last chance. Grub it to the in goal, going too deep. Lions come up with them. They'll get another set. Smart play from the Ponies.
Yeah, good repeat set.
Good finish to the set as well. Just grubbering into the in goal. Delicately drizzled, if you will.
Drizzled
Into the end goal.
I think you're watching too many
Cooking shows with Jamie Oliver.
Hey? Drizzled.
He drizzles the ball into the in goal. How might you describe it, Nige?
Well, I've got to say, surely that's a
Dribbles. It could be. He could dribbling and drizzling
No,
into the in goal. So this is Hamid Tafir.
10, 17.
Good set up, centre field. This is the chance for the Ponsonby Ponies to claim back a little bit of the scoreboard. Predictable. One out running at the moment. That's not going to get
now,
there.
boys. Lock in. Here we
Simato
are.
gets in for the mix as Siapella. Plays the football down the right. Gabriel drop off on the inside.
Yeah, that's
well
a
read
better run.
by the defence. It's
boys.
Tavita Tavalu.
As I said, Mel, just
four.
slowing them down, which is taking the
four.
momentum out a little bit from Ponsonby. Good run here, though.
Siapella
final.
almost got there himself.
What'd you get?
Now a choice for Doe.
Oh, fifth and final.
Numbers right or left. He thinks they're out to the left-hand side. Holding up the pass and the try is scored. Superb effort here by the back rower. Kingston Manley is in for Ponsonby. Exactly what they needed. And they're on the scoreboard with a kick to come. It's 18-10.
Well, that's what happens, mate, when you get the repeat sets and they just put the pressure on.
Coaching still?
No, I don't think so, mate.
Oh, if you're watching in Mule, we love reminiscing about great characters
Oh,
and
he'll be fishing up Mungafai at the moment.
names of the past. Yeah, indeed. You know, Mungafai thought John Auckland and his family got all the fish out of there.
Oh, no, they're more down Waipu way.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, no, actually, they take the fish out of
Here we are, boys.
Out of
Mungafai
Mungafai.
and then,
and
go
then take it back up
Yeah.
to Waipu and eat it.
That's it,
Yeah, good on you.
yeah.
Ready?
I think Gary Prom's up there too.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Mount Albert legend.
leagueies up at Waipu, but why wouldn't it be? It's such a beautiful place.
One,
Back to the action, 18-12. Here they come. It's the Ponies on the roll as they come and let's do another challenge. Down into the end they need to be now. 15 and a half to play. Oh, the big boys are coming to party now. Oh, yeah, they can sense that there's an opportunity.
I think the pickle juice is.
Oh, it's working.
It's working, mate.
They're full of pickle at the moment. Centurion Siupella plays the ball. Wouldn't this throw the cat amongst the pigeons if the try was to come soon? Right in front of the post, it's the fifth and final. Last time they got a couple of repeat sets. What's going to be the tactics this side? Gabriel Smart, the tap back, and it was still alive. The referee had a good look. The fullback came in here, Tai Sung
Number
Yeong,
one offside, boys.
and number one deemed to be
Number one
offside.
I was going to say, mate, he's either Usain Bolt because he got that ball pretty fast there. So, yeah. But, you know, good thinking by putting the grubber in, and it was a great execution. But, well, not the time to talk to the ref. And I don't think he was saying, how's your day?
There's some frustration, and that might have been, you know, refs can hear it. They know they're dealing with
Thanks, Lee.
blokes. But if there's any vitriol expressed towards the referee, obviously they take a move. You don't see it often, considering how much footy's played. And you wonder really if 10 metres is, you know, for bad-mouthing the ref, whether 10 metres is the right penalty. What would you think, don't you?
Yeah, look, I don't know what happened there, mate. So,
We could go into replay and turn it right up. Our
I
volume
could
right up.
go into the
I don't
bunker.
think that solves anything.
They didn't do a captain's call, mate.
Well, it's getting hot in here at the moment too. 18-12 scoreline. Here's the break. Hey, this the ball just dropped out of his hand. Frustration evidence there. And Thompson Karena found himself in space. Then all of a sudden, hey, the ball's out of my hand.
He did all the hard work. He got through the gap. He had support play. Just one of those brain explosions, unfortunately. Big fella here. Oh, nice return run. There you go. That's all it takes. A few boys of watch out, Jimmy Pierre might be out there.
That's Michael Alina who went to grab, and the refs done well to step in here, obviously. Some of the big units and some tempers flaring. Wanted to go on with this big Centurion. Let's have another look. Well, there's the break. This is
And
cut
he
in.
was through. Just a one-handed sort of hold and just a loose carry.
Things are getting a little bit hot in here. Not just this is you liked it as well.
Well, I've got to say, like the ponies, the return run there. Like, look at this. Goes hard.
It
Gets
was
low.
hit down by Pasini, though.
Yeah.
Couple Pasini.
But what I'm saying, these boys, they're Clydesdale horses, mate. They're not ponies. They're workhorses. Yeah, frustrations out there.
Have a chat. Cut it out. Talk to your boy.
It's actually an opportune time for both teams there.
Have you having a chat to the boys?
They're getting a bit of refuel there.
You listening,
Tempers are
fellas?
fraying, so now they've
No
just
more.
got to get back on with the
Boys have
game.
been delivered the same message.
12 minutes to go.
Exciting conclusion here at Victoria Park. Abby kicking on the far side of the field now. This is a wonderful opportunity for the
On the
home
line,
team.
boys. No more shit.
Back into the Fox.
Excuse my French.
Excuse my French, says the referee, and likewise we will.
Sorry? Just one. On the tap.
So Ponsonby.
Yep.
What do they need
Up
to do
now,
here?
10!
I think they've got to do 3
10,
plays to
right.
the centre and give themselves options both sides. Not too much needed here.
As I said, I think the big boys have got to go, but just
Up
with
you
someone
get.
on their shoulder
Put it all
just in
away.
case. And then push it wide.
Go,
Hamid
that's two.
Tafir plays it to Doe. Doe has runners on the inside, pushes it out through Gabriel. And the fullback chimes in as well, pops the pass nicely out to
Up
Pasini
now.
on the far side of the field. It's 15 metres from the line. Still alive, Charles Gabriel. He's been good this afternoon, Gabriel. To Solomona.
17, 10.
He's
Up.
taken out.
Hold, lock in. Hold. Go, that's 4.
Doe. Right side. Thread the needle. Ball scooped up nicely for the Lions. And content to take the tackle here.
So he
And,
kicked,
Up
he
now.
kicked the ball on fourth then. I just don't know if his support runners knew that was going to go on, but
A 0. He's okay.
well, communication is the key
absolutely.
in
And I
rugby
mean,
league and in life.
Up now.
I don't think I agree with you.
All the
No,
way
I
with
don't
me
think
and
that
hold.
he'd conveyed that he's going to go
Hold.
on that tackle.
13, 13. Early.
Play of the set.
is that a shoulder charge there?
9. Come here.
Yeah.
St Wallace looking on at the moment to see ex-players over to go at coaching. First season in the Fox
Yeah. Shoulder charge there.
as head
Done.
coach.
Yep.
Giving away the penalty when you got 11 minutes to go.
Back here, boys.
12-8, 18. What do Mount do from here, Dale?
Well, just get down to the other end of the field. I would think that another try will just give them that buffer, so they don't have to do much at all.
Thanks,
Just
Lee. On the line,
maintain
boys. It's on the tap, fellas.
where they're at, but better field position because they've been under some pressure for the last
Concentrate, boys. Think
10 or
about
so
what you're
minutes
doing.
here with the ponies.
That's right. I mean, Mount's just got to play it down their end of the ground and finally getting the first time
the
in
tap,
quite a
boys.
few sets to get out of territory here.
They've been on defence for some time. You're quite right, Knight. Rattray with us
17.
today. Rugby league stalwart.
That's 1.
The lover of the code, and that's the main prerequisite you need to be involved. Coach, supporter, administrator, sponsor. Just loving the game
Stand
of
up,
rugby
quiet.
league.
That's 2.
The ball over halfway.
Yep.
This time it's Papanui Abbott. And I think he's lost the ball going to ground as well. He appeals to the referee, but he was well sighted, the ref.
No, yeah, he
And
was
you've
ripped out.
6.
I thought that was the
You talk,
commentators
mate.
because they're
You
going
talk.
getting over the half and then they lose it. But stripped out there. Ponsonby don't want to give away these penalties.
Now they'll find themselves in trouble. Quick tap. This time, on to Thompson. Carlina has the football. He's been dangerous before and is dangerous again, Carlina.
A bit of a goose step
Up
there.
now.
Great opportunity here for the Lions as they come a-pounding. The Lions holding it up. Cut out ball. Half skip volley. It's missed everybody.
It's all backwards. It's
They
all
don't need to
backwards.
panic here. They've just got to settle it.
Jeremiah Potu has been very solid on the left
Hold.
edge, but this time he's gone to ground. It's getting up very
Okay,
slowly.
see if he plays it. That's 2.
Papanui
Surrender.
Abbott has the football. Doyle
Make it.
sends it wide.
That's 3. That was 3.
That big swipe there.
17. Up, no hands. Clean off.
And the number 8 puts it down. Lafayette. Knock on.
I think there's going to be play the ball practice it for both sides here. Yeah.
Looking frustration from Trent Wallace, coach.
Welcome to coaching, Trent. He hasn't got grey hair yet.
But he's got a good crop of hair. Let's hope he doesn't tear it out when he keeps watching some of his charges and the fundamental errors that they make. Look, there's been some good play, Nige, but there's also been a lot of unforced errors, which is an area that can be addressed and will be, no doubt.
Look, I think when both coaches watch the tape on this, they're going to see where the errors came in at the crucial times.
Break. Can't go until it's out, mate. You've got to stay behind 6
So Ponsonby in possession. Chance of a long range try. Their tries have come from fairly close range, to be honest. Just looking back with 8 to play in this round 3 Fox fixture. Pochu A2, 5 and 20 minutes. That is in the 30-minute mark of that first half. Ciabella scored 8-6 scoreline going into the break.
Different, completely different.
I don't know. I think is he calling him for a shoulder charge? He'd quite see it myself.
You come through your captain.
The Lotus half.
You come through your captain. Back here, boys. Back here, fellas.
Bit of a funny one, that.
17.
Ponsonby ran back inside to him. I don't think he was ready for that.
Yeah, Papa Nui Abbott, I think it was. Yeah, I don't think it was a little shoulder charge.
No.
Almost had his eye off him. Have another look here. There's the ball.
And then he just went straight back into him.
Oh, yeah, well, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. They're trying to step that out of the game.
Yes, yep. Behind, boys.
Got to make sure of this kick. Some territory.
Abby to the far side.
Lovely kick.
On the tap, boys.
And nothing silly out of here.
30 metres out here for Ponsonby. Now they've got to look at the clock as well and be mindful that there's only 6.5 really to play.
Well, Mount's been actually quite good on D, as I said. They're holding them down and slowing down the play. So Ponsonby going a little bit wider than usual. As I said, I think they should be going 2 off the ruck.
At the start today, we said, isn't it great to see Ponsonby back in here? There's no accident. They're very competitive as we witness them coming towards the 40-metre line. Pony's end of the ground. Some great contributions. Really impressed with Gabriel, Simatau, Ciabella.
Up now,
And of course, we've been touching on Timor Williams. Fullback, Sang Yum. That's him with the football now. The dancing feet and the pink socks. Now to Ponsonby. They know what the time is left.
Oh, great cover tackle there by 3 coming in.
Fifth and final. Chaz up.
Chaz Brown makes the tackle on Mike Elina, who has the football here and plays it for Manly, try scorer. Here's the chip and the regather. The bounce important here. Nicely cleaned up at the back too. And reading the play, absolutely spot on, was Winitana Patalesio.
1.
Once again, we're getting down to sort of penalties, but we're coming down the last 5.5 minutes. But let's not forget the rooster is on the line here.
Absolutely on the line.
So, Mount will be wanting to take this back to Fowles Park, but the Ponies want to keep it at their new home.
It's great to see Ponsonby stride forward at the start of the game with that prestigious taonga.
Unbelievable. You've got to just put a lot of pressure on the down Albert not making
the runs across field. Hold the football. Scrag to ground. Up to play it now. Here they come. That carries from Tafia. Down the short side. As the Ponsonby Ponies. One eye on the clock. One eye on the prize. Can they get the try that has eluded them across the last 10, 15 minutes? Here's a good carry. 6 metres out from the try line as Damon Abbey comes in to dictate play. And he will work it to the right. Gabriel. Lovely ball out to Williams. He's cut down 5 out from the line. Still alive here.
Go, that's 4.
Gabriel, first receiver, holding it. Big number 8, Solomona has the football this time around. And here's 5. What have Ponsonby got here? With just over 4 to play, and it's a poor play, the ball.
It's going to be a scrum, boys. Ball hasn't come back in for the 5th yet. So it's going to be a scrum.
Well,
down
I've got to
and
say,
second goal.
Dale, Mount Albert were let off
Call
the
it
hook
offside.
there. I mean, they had an opportunity and it didn't make the sideline for a penalty. At this stage of the game was critical. So they had to have a big set on D. And Ponsonby right on the 5th come up with an error.
No, got to try and keep it, mate.
So
Got it.
Mount Albert, 4 minutes to go. They're not going to want to do anything
Seconds in,
stupid
boys.
coming off
Where's
their
our
own
front
line
rows,
there.
boys? Come on.
But they've got to get down
Let's
to
go.
the other end.
And for Ponsonby, they need to dislodge the football or
Whoever's got the
something
feet will be
again.
outside.
It's line speed from here, from
Seconds
Ponsonby.
in.
They've got to put pressure on.
Seconds in. Seconds in.
Here's the scrum feed.
When you're ready, mate.
Two number 6s.
Break!
Manitana
Thank you.
Patalesio. And here's a bit of space here down the right side for Mount Albert. And a man who can certainly fly angles back on the inside. Great defensive work in the end by Max Reichelman to make the tackle. But still, it's the Lions on the roll here this time. Pushing forward, Tuesday 9 Doyle. He's to ground on the 15-metre line.
You're not square.
Plenty of
Marcus.
options.
Two.
Out to Chaz Brown. Big hot step back on the inside, Brown, and he too loses the football. Ponies with it. Down the left edge they come. And towards the
No
touchline.
advantage, guys.
Reichelman is bundled into
Lost on the
touch.
5th, boys.
Needed to stay in the field of play.
Turnover.
And no advantage, says the referee. So Ponsonby will get another roll of the dice here with 2.5 to
Losing on
play.
the 5th,
Oh,
it's a
mate,
turnover.
I'd
Play
hate
the
to
ball.
be the coach of both coaches.
Just back here,
Yeah,
mate.
they're just
Back here, 30.
they're trying to settle it.
There, just wait.
Mount Albert
Two markers.
and Ponsonby are trying to work in. Got to get the 6 points. Got to get down the other end. Still probably 2 sets in it.
Surrender!
Brought in with the footballs, Michael Alina.
Surrender!
He's had some solid contributions today.
Hold. Go, that's one.
See, Ponsonby got to run in pairs here. They've got to create something for them. Mount Albert's holding them
Ten.
down nicely.
Up!
The tackle player looks like the man most likely here. That's Gabriel. Little slip on the surface here, just short of the 40. Still with Ponsonby in possession.
You've lost your legs. That's
The
3.
referee saying, you've lost your legs. Number 13 on the boil is Kingston Manley.
Up! Hold.
On the halfway line, Abbey, dummy half.
It's okay.
He put his player under pressure there.
Hold! Fifth and final!
A little bit more structure
All
there,
right.
boys.
That's the final tackle and a poor pass.
Thank you, boys.
Man, he's done plenty this
Lost on the
afternoon. He
fifth,
could hold
boys.
his head high too.
It's going to be a turnover,
Charlie
fellas.
Gabriel.
Well, I can't see sort of
That's you,
Mount sort of rushing it from here. Minute 14 to go. They have to finish this set.
Yep.
Well, our
And you've got to finish it deep.
Our clock's in our broadcast facility here.
Hold on to the 15, I'll let you know when we're ready. Just push up, Marcus.
Are really guide for us, although we're on the referee's official
boys.
timepiece.
And that's right, and the players aren't aware probably of the time, apart from what the trainers have told them.
Nice to see Suape still in
Up
the
now,
mix here.
17! Hold!
Have a good.
Hold!
Been a great servant of the game over the years. Karina, again, as you
Up
say,
now,
they don't need to do too much.
2, got one marker there.
But they'll be very grateful of the 2 points here for a victory today.
And the Root
Van
Rooster.
Albert, and of course,
Up
they'll be
again.
going back to Phelps Park with the Root Rooster. That in itself is special.
You
And
planted
there's a little
again.
knock on because he'd already planted the football.
You can't plant the ball. As soon as you plant it, you lose control of it.
There you go. It's the referee's call.
Well, there's one more bite of the cherry here.
Blue feed.
But courageous effort. 2 from the home team. As mentioned, they're not in here by mistake.
Draws.
I'm sure the trainers have got the message on for the time now,
Same time
so
as all the others. Bend your backs, boys. Quick. Seconds in. Get your heads in, you two.
so Mount Albert no fullback at the moment.
Bend your backs. Time's off.
Here, Dale.
In last man in. Seconds in.
Can't be too long to go here. An entertaining game of rugby league, of course. 6 tries to 2.
Read it again, guys.
18-12 scoreline.
Pack that down, no kicking,
It's a
guys.
credit to the host team, the Ponsonby United Rugby
Bend your
League Club.
backs.
You can
Seconds
tell the
in.
team, okay, they might not be on the top of their game at the moment, the Lions, but certainly they come in with pretty strong credentials. As it comes to Abbey, there's the hooter in the background. They've got to do something. They've got to get rid of the ball. They can't get rid of the football. And that is full time. And it was a hard-fought victory. The Root Rooster is going back to Fowles Park with the Mount Albert Lions. And here in round 3 of the Fox Memorial Championship from Victoria Park in downtown Auckland, it's the Mount Albert Lions. Too good for the Ponsonby United Ponies. They win this one. Close, but still with the victory. Lions 18, Ponies 12. Kia ora, great to have you with us here. As you can see the images of two teams that have given their all here this afternoon. Of course, Ponsonby will be disappointed having conceded the Root Rooster after a 6-point loss against Mount Albert, but they can certainly hold their heads high, Ponsonby. Really exciting to see players like Ciabella and also Abby, Gabrielle and Michael Elena, Timor Williams. These are names that will be familiar to us as we go forward, but unfortunately for Ponsonby, they'll have to pass over the Root Rooster. Now they're going to do that a little closer to our broadcast area than perhaps across where the teams are, as we see both the captains in there to receive the honour, and of course the player of the day as well is getting acknowledged here also. Great that you were able to share some time with us here, once again bringing the local rugby league to you wherever you may be in New Zealand or across the world, and an opportunity for us as well to go across to Nigel and to get some thoughts as well once we're all okay to go. We've got the thumbs up, so let's go across to Nigel Rattray, who has our one of our winning squad for the Mount Albert Lions. Winners here 18-12.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go with the player of the day of today's game. John Atu. Atu. So, mate, tell us about your team today and who stood out for your team today?
First of all, we give our thanks to our Lord above. Last week we have a tough game against Talitude, and we tried to work to our just. Last week we did our middle is been a tough middle in last week. So now we are this week we talk about just your teammate, and it's great experience to learn from the top boy like chess, bowler, so yeah.
And you know, you got like Rory out there with a lot of experience, but to come away with a lot of errors for both sides today, but to come away with the Root Rooster, take that back to Fowles Park, great effort there by the boys.
Yeah, it's great to learn from last week. Great lesson.
Well, you're only 18, is that right?
Yeah, it's our first time playing.
Yeah. First time playing Fox, and you get Player of the Day. So a big congratulations to you, mate, and well done. Take it back to Fowles Park and enjoy your victory. Thank you.
John A2, successful. We'll be hearing from both captains
What's your name, sir?
as well. This is Damon Abbey. He'll be first in. And just before we do go across to Damon, I can tell you full-time results, 28-24, Richmond over Bay Roskell. Papakura couldn't cut it with the Leopards 34-10 result there. Point Chef 32, Tautatu 20, and Monaco in the winning mix 18 points to 6. Let's go across to Nigel Rattray, who is with the captain of the Ponsonby United Ponies. He's with Damon Abbey.
Welcome back. I'm here with the captain, Damon Abbey from the Ponsonby Ponies. First home game. What's your thoughts on a lot of errors, but what's your thoughts on today's game, mate?
Full credit to both teams for showing up today, and we knew it was going to be a hard one through the middle. We knew it was going to come down to completing our sets. Unfortunately, there were a lot of errors today.
Well, look, I got to say, your whole club as a whole, Ponsonby, you've done a great job here. You got new club rooms and good support here today. Putting the Root Rooster on the line, but as you said, first thing to get into the Fox. Tell us what being in the Fox means to Ponsonby.
It means a lot. It's been a long time since Ponsonby's been in the Fox. We all play for the jersey, but most of all, we're all family. It's a big family club. We all show up together. Well,
I got to say, the history behind Ponsonby, and to have you guys wearing the jersey with pride. I know there are a lot of errors out there that both teams will be looking at, but all the best for the rest of the season, and congrats on having your hands on the Root Rooster, but I'm sure you have another bash at it later.
Yeah, thank you very much. Shout out to my family.
So it's Dayton Abbey. Thanks to him as well, Damon Abbey. That brings us to the number 9, Navajo Doyle, who's in there for the Mount Albert squad, and of course the official handing over of the Root Rooster. Plenty of people enjoying the afternoon here today. 18-12 victors. I think we're all sweet to go across and get some thoughts now from the Mount Albert skipper.
Lines, Navajo Doyle, mate. Today you took a good victory in taking the Root Rooster. What does this mean to the boys?
It means a lot. I don't think it's been back at the club for a long time now. But I'm super proud of the boys. It was definitely a bit of a tough game out there. There was a lot of ups and downs, but I'm glad we got to come out with the win and win the trophy. Yeah.
Well, there was a little bit messy and around the ruck area for both sides. I'm sure the coaches were pulling their hair out as with you guys, but it went right down to the wire. It could have gone either way, but you take the 2 points. Where to from here?
Obviously, go back to the drawing board. We've got a lot to work on. Quite a few mistakes that we can easily fix up. So once we get that down, I think we'll be good for next weekend and go again.
Well, the great thing is you now get to defend your title next week at Fowles Park.
Yep.
So your first defence of the Root Rooster. So big congrats to Mount Albert, and what we'd like to do is introduce. Tim's going to pass over the Root Rooster. Tim himself, legend of Mount Albert Rugby League.
Well, here we are with the victorious squad. The Mount Albert Lions successful here, 18-12, and that prestigious trophy for Mount Albert. There they go. Congratulations to them, and on behalf of myself, Dale and Nigel Rattray, I hope you enjoyed the action here from round 3. Big ups to all of our supporters of the Code, both here in Auckland and right across New Zealand and the world. I hope you enjoyed the action. Thanks to Chopper Gerbis and his teams from Out of the Dugout Productions, who bring the live streaming through Auckland Rugby League. And big ups to Dwayne Mann as well, CEO of Auckland Rugby League, for his foresight in bringing the action once again to the screens through the ARL YouTube channel. From all of us here at Victoria Park in downtown Auckland, wishing you well for the week ahead. stay in touch with ARL on their website as we farewell you for the evening and wishing you well from Victoria Park in Auckland. Mount Albert, winners of the Root Rooster with a great victory, 18-12 over the Ponsonby Ponies. The Ponsonby have the football. This is a nice run too, down the right edge. Here they come. Have to step back on the inside, and that's exactly what occurs here. But a good run for Timor. There's the change of angle. There's the charge towards the post. But ultimately, the ball has been wrestled loose over the top, perhaps. Straight through the middle, perhaps. I think that's try time. Try time for Manly.
It's coming straight for me.
Well, that's one of those coach killers, honestly. The try line. Short ball, cut out ball now. Opportunity. Oh, and what a lovely pass to finish off. Still in the previous though, you know, when you listen to some of the top drums, I think, crikey, that's how they make it all spin. But it's been a privilege over the years calling sport. And of course, Sean Johnson, hasn't he slotted into his work easily? Hey, it's getting slotted out there.
Graham Gordon.
That's standout names as well. Big ups all four of you. If you're listening in, did you see that? What, I love that stuff. Oh yeah. Left or right, he decides to go left. Holds it up nicely. Then the little dummy. Straightened run to the line. The referee was having a decent look there. I think he's going to give the try. That's how you can. And whom we're very proud of is Ryan Fox. Good luck. His feet is Talangi. That's the way to run. That was solid. Purposeful. Siapo Pasini on a boil. That'll look good on the replay too. That was full of intent, full of venom. 8-6, anyone's game. Nigel Rattray is back into the mix as the ball is taken deep here for the Lions. And they'll run it out here to the 20, make it 30. This is a good return from the kickoff. And I'm going to update as best we can through the course of the action. And here's a bit of a pickup. Not a knock on, he won't have the speed to go all the way. This is Damon Abbey. To the right hand side. Lovely ball. To the line. Oh, and a bomb too. The club room's just across the road as the kick is downtown. And bouncing beautifully into touch. That is Doyle. Cut out ball. Looking for the big man on the far side. That's good. And the finish is solid as well. That was always on the cards too. Ponsonby
keeps his body going. He's got 3 on. And he's still stayed on the trial line.
Well, we've got a chance there. Nigel Rattray, you've
Nine, you don't mark it, nine!
play on, says the referee. Poor pass. Back on the inside, and here's A2 with the grubber kick of the chase, and it's A2. Need to score next. really to create something of it. Charles Gabriel grubbers the ball into the end goal. Can they keep the fullback in there? That's as well as grubbering into the end goal delicately. Drizzled, if you will. Drizzled into the end goal.
I think you're watching too many.
Took it to the left-hand side. Holding up the pass and the try. This is Damon Abbey. Lovely pictures in super slow-mo. It's the nice little offload here for Kingston Manly. You see his way to the line. Beautiful images. For your return, here's the kick. Coming around. Oh yes, and the flags are going to replay and turn it right up.
I'd go to the bunker.
18-12 scoreline. Here's the break. Hey, this ball. Oh, the ball just dropped side. Thread the needle. Ball scooped up nice. First season in the Fox.
Yeah, shoulder charge there.
As he over halfway. This time it's Papanui Abbott. This time, Ona Thompson Karena has the football. He's been dangerous before and is dangerous again, Karena.
A bit of a goose tip.
Another look here.
And then he just went straight back into him.
Right forward at the start of the game. That prestigious donor.
Unbelievable. You've got to put a lot of pressure on the. Now we're not making.
Runs across field. Hold the football. Something got to get rid of the ball. They can't get rid of the football. And that is full time. And it was a hard-fought victory. The Roosters.